Me falta este, ¿no?
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end. He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends. Ah yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally. Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you. Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did. What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived. I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm
No,
not sure
yes.
if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship. My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
Vale, ahora con los objetos, gente. A ver si... Uf.
So which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are two towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade. Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
It's enough.
Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
It's not really decaying. It's plastic.
It's becoming one with nature, all the same. A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is. Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar. I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical. I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends. Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon? After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
Is this important?
Possibly.
Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license. Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there. These were drawn by Freya? She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary. That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
That's rather a small cage for three birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage? What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either. Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. Oh my, this is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either. What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all. Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
ya
I've seen
queda
those
poco, gente.
earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears.
Whenever I've seen him, yes. I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue. Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
Vale.
There's something about pointers, a something.
Let's ask him about it.
Vale. Vamos a ver. Aquí.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad. How sweet.
Bueno, este me gusta que sea rápido. Vale, vamos a este.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
Buenas, Simi, ¿qué tal? Buah, a ver si Aran. Yo creo que Aran lleva aquí ya hace tiempo que no está, ¿eh? Se habrá ido a dormir ya. Pues con esta. Pues aquí medio terminando el juego, yo creo. A ver si me lo consigo acabar ya. Y ya me voy a la cama.
Does Flora still own that
Y son las 2:10 de la
I
mañana.
don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
Sí, la verdad es que se escucha el sueño.
Freya drew
Estoy ya
these,
cansado, la verdad.
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother, like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it?
Y creo que este ya has hablado con ella antes. Sí. Vale.
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
No parece que haya resuelto este puzzle todavía.
Let's come back later.
Esto tiene que ser el puzzle final, seguro. Vale, vamos a esto. Ya solo me queda esto y en un principio no sé qué más me va a quedar.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
El telescopio. Luego...
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at birds because Pointer saw a bird. Nope.
No.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene because Pointer saw a bird. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene because somebody broke it. Almost. Maybe just Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene because it was daytime. Almost. Maybe just change. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene for self-reflection. Almost. Maybe just Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around. Both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene. Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
A ver, vamos para los jardines, a ver si consigo. Esto no estaba antes.
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of.
There's a note stuck to the
What does
back.
it say? Grimoire?
pone. Este es mi nuevo amigo. Le gustó la música, las melodías sencillas. De cómo la...
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can...
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect
oh,
match.
it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Pendiente. Vale.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune. It's piano music.
No.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Let's come back later.
Vale. Bueno, ahora sí, vamos a venir aquí. A ver.
It's a garden, I think.
We could.
Ready when you are.
This little boat. The only
What
way.
a comforting thought.
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint over the painted flora to hide the evidence. Nope. Blood from the paint pot was used to hide the painted flora to resemble a bloody knife. That's not right. Blood from the paint pot was used to hide the painted flora to hide the evidence. That's not right either.
Lo tengo ahí. Se usa solo para ocultar. Es que no hay cuchillo.
Blood from the paint
Es que
pot
no,
was used to hide
no
the
aprecio
real
cuchillo.
knife to hide the evidence. That's not right either.
Esta está bien. Se usó para pintar.
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint over the painted ink dip feather to prove the existence of magic. That's not right either.
Se usó para ocultar.
Blood from the paint pot was used to hide the painted ink dip feather, to hide the evidence. That's not right either.
Pero no sé por qué a veces me sale
Blood from the paint pot
la pista esa.
was used to
No
paint
siempre
the
me
red
sale.
tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
¿Qué has hecho, Sirvin? Al final no me he enterado. No.
It's another little
He's
step.
playing
He's
over.
also...
Well, they're not part and they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
a little pond.
It looks those
Oh,
metal
yeah.
nothing. Looks like somebody broke them and then...
¿Qué especie de ventana del techo puedes ver? No, vale, nada. ¿Qué es que ha sido? No, es que no se sabe exactamente cómo ha muerto. Está la cosa... Vale, me falta un sonido más por averiguar.
A little chart. Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Oh, whatever Whatever it is,
Well, it is gotta
what's with
practice.
all the broken glass? It's one of those big.
Don't touch it.
Why
It
not?
might be haunted. There could be more.
What is?
I think it's a family tree.
Tengo que saber dónde hay alguna especie de ruido.
Is that?
Of sorts. Hey, it's a mod. What are you
That
thinking?
would make an amazing. A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a class?
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
También puedo venir aquí. No.
I'm still not
Should we take another look?
Ah, no me deja comprobarlo, tengo que descubrirlo todo. Vale.
Let's come back later.
It's a bandstand.
It's small for a band.
It's a one-man bandstand. Freya's bear.
Looks
He's
pretty.
had a rough couple of days. That
Why?
maybe
Yeah,
there's
it's a photograph. A
It's
pill-
a
yeah,
fish.
but that doesn't illustrate. It's a
I
little
think
come again.
it might have been for keeping insects.
Not
It's
the
cool. Looks like
Freya's plan must not.
we already solved it. I don't
No
know.
windows either. That's
I
not
like it.
Just a little.
Let's leave them alone.
We already solved it. It's a matter of
come
why. Should I start?
You can pull off a pipe.
Fifi's got
What
some.
is all this? It's Detective Hawkshaw. Looks like Fitz.
Looks like Professor Pointer.
It's a drawing of Penny.
That's gotta be Flora.
It's Poppy. That's actually a pretty good drawing.
Is that
That's just does make you wonder, though.
I think that's supposed to be Felix. Did you notice who?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Crystal
Not
Shadow.
unless they're kind of dusty.
It's
I've never seen a barometer that wasn't.
Sí, pero dice que hay que está lleno de polvo. Este.
Who plays the violin?
So I'm guessing nobody.
Who plays
It's
the...
pretty dusty. So I'm guessing nobody.
Es que tiene que ser algo que sea en plan, como que toque o lo que sea y sepa que hace ruido.
Entire room.
No, it's not just the actual hole.
We already solved it.
old wooden...
Probably cursed.
Huh.
They're just decorative.
Oh, so decorative. It's inside it says... Doesn't look soft. And it's
Homey.
just a rock. That thing...
Aquí he descubierto lo del tarareo.
The attic strip.
Yeah.
What's in that? I bet it's a skull.
Yeah,
at
maybe
least.
I won't open it. It's
You know, there's a name.
I
It's
know.
not quite a... Also, it's stuffed. It's a jar.
Huh. Just dusty junk. Just dusty junk.
Someone...
think
No,
it
either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Aquí no.
Trees.
In a garden.
In a garden.
That's
Or
one.
one very small. We already solved it. Ah, yes, a giant symbol. Oh, it's a good omen.
It's an eye.
Any-
Dresses. How I realize there's some...
A single.
How
red-
very... Yeah, weird.
Anything.
Nothing you need to know about.
There's a, you know.
No, el piano tampoco. Yo no sé, tiene que ser algo.
Looks like nature. Rude. That's
There's something just feels out of place. We already solved it.
a little tea set.
One
What's
of
in
the
the other
seed.
one? Ever get the feeling
The mannequins don't have
that's not anything in
Bed
there?
sheets.
That's not even remotely suspicious. Looks like
Rude.
meat.
They're bird cages. But the birds
that a
are...
metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
And a
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds. I don't like
How
them.
do you
I do by weight. I can feel it.
bird
They're
diagram.
beautiful. Someone.
Bird diagram.
They're beautiful. Someone. Check out that
Looks
bird.
evil.
Wow. Judgmental.
A rather magnificent.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Does this
Yeah.
count?
No. Doesn't matter.
Bird
They're
diagram.
beautiful. Someone.
A
There's a
rather
letter P carved.
Uf, me estoy quedando ya sin sitios, no sé dónde.
Pretty.
heavy
I
as
want
fuck.
to try.
I can just about see the grammar. You can see.
Not by
I can
accident.
see Flora. Behind her, I can't really see anything. Isn't this supposed to? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to
I
work.
can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
The notebook.
So, even the most well-used notebooks,
Trinkets.
they're clearly gizmo.
It's full of tea.
Criminal.
No sé. La sala de música. Pero si ya he estado.
It's
Don't
one.
touch
Why
it.
not?
Might be haunted.
All right.
Spooky murder
Spooky murder mansion. Are they?
Whatever they like, a little parade of...
One.
Yep.
25.
Mhm.
4.
Yep.
Am I the only one seeing the problem? That's just.
What else would it be? Smells like a...
Oh, whatever it is.
Well, it is gotta
What's
practice.
with all the broken glass? Sheet music.
That's a lot of notes.
Probably while they're on the floor.
Ay, si es esto.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the...
Sure.
That's all 4 melodies.
So, what do we
Should
do?
we go back to the god?
Vale, joder. Me acordaba yo de esa. Ya.
Let's try this again.
Claro, la campana.
I think we might be able to solve this now.
Me cago en la puta.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that? Where do you think it goes?
Down.